Russian assault troops are surrendering en masse and attempting to lay down their arms. The occupiers do not want to continue fighting against Ukrainian soldiers, so they are now voluntarily surrendering.
And now more details in our report. You are watching the Glevred channel. I'm your host, Yevhen Serov. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Ukrainian soldiers on the Zaporizhzhia front are currently increasingly noticing that servicemen from the aggressor country Russia do not want to fight and are expressing a desire to surrender. This was reported on air by Dmytro Pelik, head of the communications department of the 118th Separate Mechanized Brigade during the Ranok live broadcast. According to him, Ukrainian drone pilots are currently receiving signals from the Russian occupiers. Many of the Russians do not actually want to fight from the very outset, and as soon as they cover even half the distance to Mala Tokmachka from their starting point, they signal to our pilots, indicating that they want to surrender, he emphasized. But not all Russians manage to reach the point of surrender, because the occupiers themselves eliminate their own assault troops to prevent them from being taken prisoner. Glevred reported that, according to Major of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and political scientist Andriy Tkachuk, the situation around Huliaipole in the Zaporizhzhia region has noticeably escalated in the ongoing conflict. Last week, Ukrainian forces lost the command and observation post of one of their battalions. But the city was not occupied. He also drew attention to significant problems in the organization of the defense. Relying solely on territorial defense forces to protect a major stronghold was ultimately a strategic mistake, especially after the fall of Vuhledar. Let us recall that, as of the end of December 2025, a portion of Huliaipole in the Zaporizhzhia region remains under the control of Russian military forces, who are actively conducting assault operations and attempting to establish a more secure foothold in the settlement. It was reported that in recent days, the army of the aggressor country, Russia, has been actively storming the village of Bilohiria, which is also located in the Zaporizhzhia region. Russian troops are currently trying to fully occupy this settlement. The day before, however, a representative of the UDA confirmed that the enemy does not have full control over Huliaipole. Fighting continues there, with assault units of the armed forces of Ukraine in operation. They attack, then counterattack, and thoroughly clear the relevant areas. The Russian Federation is currently preparing a large-scale, dangerous provocation with expected casualties in order to deliberately disrupt ongoing peace negotiations with Ukraine. The security services have named the approximate time and place of the provocation.
And you can find more details in our report. You are watching the Glevred channel. I'm your host, Yevhen Serov. Welcome, and please like and subscribe to the channel.
The aggressor country, Russia, is currently preparing a large-scale and significant provocation following the so-called attack on the official residence of the Kremlin dictator, Vladimir Putin. To this end, the Kremlin is actively spreading new and fabricated information triggers. Ukraine's Foreign Intelligence Service has officially reported that both Russian and foreign audiences are now being carefully prepared for the likelihood of further escalation. At the same time, Russia's goal remains unchanged: to disrupt peace negotiations mediated by the United States. On the eve of or during the celebration of Christmas, according to the Julian calendar, that is from January 7th, the Kremlin wants to stage a provocation at a religious site or another location with high symbolic significance, both in Russia and in the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. To fabricate evidence of Ukraine's alleged involvement, it is planned to make use of debris and fragments from Western-made attack drones, which will be brought to the site of the provocation from the front line. Exploiting fear and deliberately carrying out terrorist acts that result in human casualties, all under a false flag operation, is entirely in line with the methods of the Russian special services, the statement says. The SVR noted that President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly employed this particular tactic within Russia, and now, according to their assessment, the same model is being exported abroad. This is indirectly confirmed by public statements from top officials in the Russian Federation. After the statement by the aggressor country about the alleged attack by Ukrainian drones on Putin's residence, a number of countries, in particular India, the UAE, and Kazakhstan, promptly responded to the unconfirmed incident. Yet these same countries either do not react at all or respond extremely slowly and hesitantly to Russia's deadly strikes on Ukraine's innocent civilian population. But this should not come as a surprise. This was discussed in an interview by Taras Zhovtenko, an expert on international security from the Democratic Initiatives Foundation. According to him, these countries do not hold a different position. Meanwhile, Ukraine's Western partners did not respond harshly to the Russians' lies, and they clearly had their own reasons for this.